It's 10 a.m. on WKYT Midmorning. Jessamine County could become the state's 4th county to add a needle exchange program if it gets the votes it needs during a fiscal court meeting later today.
Local officials were searching this morning for a missing man. Minutes ago, they found him safe. We'll have more from the scene shortly.
And we are right in the middle of an Arctic air mass hanging out right overhead. After it leaves or retreats a little bit, we're tracking snow tomorrow. I'll have all of it coming up in just a couple of minutes.
This is WKYT Midmorning.
Good morning. Welcome into Midmorning on WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith, in today for Barbara Bailey. School was back in session this morning following Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but several districts either called off school or implemented a delay because of the cold weather.
Trying to wait for it to warm up a little bit. It was business as usual in Fayette County, though. We had 34 school closings or delays this morning on WKYT.com. There were closures in Breathitt, Floyd, Knox, and Leslie counties, and 2-hour delays in Bath, Bell, Nicholas, and Owsley counties. Frostbite and hypothermia can happen in this Arctic air in just a matter of minutes. So many school leaders decided that, what they were going to do. They did not want their students to wait outside on the buses. It is a concern shared by many parents.
Let's go now to WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell on this first alert severe weather day.
And the reason we have the severe weather day today is because of the cold. We look to the outside right now and you're seeing some sunshine trying to break through these clouds. It's going to do very little to warm us up today, though. That's going to be the problem. I think we'll still hover in the low 20s. Our wind chill, that's what's going to grab a hold of you and shake you a little bit as you walk outside, because it feels like 2 degrees here in Lexington, 4 in Frankfort, and I think we'll keep some of those single digits around into the afternoon and evening, and low teens as well, like you're seeing in a couple of spots like Mount Sterling out to Moorhead. Winter weather advisory kicks in for tomorrow. This is what we're going to have all eyes on, at least the first time, because we've got 2 different systems that will come at us this week. This is for the potential of accumulating snow throughout the entire area. Could be our first real solid widespread chance to get in on at least a few inches. And I will track all of it hour by hour coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
Okay, we're obviously going to keep watch on that. Thank you. And new at Midmorning on WKYT, the search for a missing elderly man in Lexington on this bitterly cold morning has had a positive ending.
Yeah, happy news here. Crews searched for more than an hour for the 77-year-old who walked away from his home in a T-shirt, long johns, no shoes on. WKYT's Hillary Thornton was there when he was found. She's live with more on the reunion.
Well, Rebecca and Bill, as you mentioned, it is a happy ending to this search out here that lasted about an hour. Just within the past 30 minutes, the 77-year-old man who wandered from his home and was missing out in this dangerously cold weather was found safely. William Henry Cook's wife called police around 8:30 this morning, saying her husband had wandered off from their home on Raleigh Court, wearing nothing but a T-shirt, long johns, and socks, wrapped in a couple of blankets. Police say dementia is believed to have played a role. They searched the neighborhood knowing it was a race against the clock to get him out of this cold. Then around 9:30, a neighbor ran for help after he saw the man inside of his car. Thankfully, that man was Mr. Cook, who was able to walk into next door to his home, where his family was thankful for his safe arrival home. Now, Cook was checked out inside of his home, and just within the past few minutes, he was loaded into an ambulance. He will be taken to the hospital for a little bit more treatment. Live in Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Certainly good news there, and a reminder of how the outcome could have been much worse. In Laurel County, the coroner says a 95-year-old woman died from the cold weather. Police say Dorothy McKnight walked away from the Laurel Village assisted living community in London. She was later found dead outside a nearby home. Police say McKnight died of exposure to the cold after falling off of someone's porch. And this is at least the second cold weather-related death in Kentucky in this year already. Last week in Lexington, a homeless man was found frozen to death behind Wildcat Warehouse on South Broadway.
Well, most of us don't get a day off when the temperatures drop below freezing. Some people have to dress in layers, brave the cold weather, and find ways to stay warm while they work. Meals on Wheels drivers, no exception. They're told to bundle up while they make their rounds in the city. The program tells us their list of homebound clients is growing, and checking on them right now is critical. Well, with a chance of snow in the forecast, remember you can track the winter weather and traffic with our Weather Plus Traffic app. You can download it for free for your smartphone or your tablet.
In other news at mid-morning, the murder case of a Georgetown woman has been delayed. Melinda Turner is accused of stabbing her boyfriend to death in August of 2010. Police say she killed 26-year-old Maxwell Pomeroy Jr. in their Georgetown home. Her jury trial could have started today. Instead, court workers say it has been delayed until later this week.
A decision on putting the needle exchange program into play could come tonight at a Jessamine County Fiscal Court meeting. Last week, the Nicholasville City Commission voted in favor of a resolution to create the program. The Jessamine County Board of Health approved it, which would be open one afternoon a week. It would aim to build trust with addicted individuals and offer them addiction counseling. The Jessamine Journal says the program could grow to 200 participants. The public health director hopes that the city can receive funding through the heroin bill for the program. Nicholasville would be the fourth in the state to adopt a syringe exchange. Similar programs are operating in Lexington, Louisville, and Pendleton County. Michigan Governor Rick Snyder delivers his State of the State speech today. Then at the same time, anger is really mounting over the response to Flint's water contamination crisis.
A lot of tension there. Don Champion has the latest on protests and calls for the governor's resignation.
The Flint water crisis will dominate Michigan Governor Rick Snyder's State of the State address today. Monday, while the Republican governor called the city's contaminated water a disaster, dozens demonstrated outside his home calling for his resignation. Many called his slow response to Flint's water supply contaminated with lead criminal.
He should have switched it back over to Detroit Water as soon as he knew of the contamination.
National Guard troops are now handing out bottled water to residents.
605 is all set.
State troopers are also giving out lead tests and filters.
What happens after the water and filter is gone? We're still going to have the lead, we're still going to have the pipes, we're still going to have the poison.
Governor Snyder says he plans to request once again that President Obama declare Flint a federal disaster area instead of just a state of emergency.
State of emergency only gives us a $5 million cap. If they would have submitted for a disaster declaration, we could have got the $96 million or more.
The president already denied the request once before, citing the situation in Flint was man-made. Don Champion, CBS News.
And Flint has gone back to its original water source, and today the city's mayor is traveling to Washington in hopes of securing a disaster declaration. Meanwhile, attorneys representing Flint residents are planning to announce 2 new class action lawsuits targeting Governor Snyder. Here in the Bluegrass, Lexington Mayor Jim Gray will be delivering his annual State of the Merged Government address, and it will be in about an hour and a half. Gray will speak at 11:30 this morning at Lexington Center. The mayor is expected to say the city is in good financial condition. He will likely talk about crime and safety concerns. There have been 4 murders in Lexington already this year. And Gray's address comes amid speculation that he could be getting into the U.S. Senate race, the Senate seat held by Republican Rand Paul this year. Well, the Cincinnati Reds say that they will induct Pete Rose into the team's Hall of Fame.
The Reds announcement Tuesday comes barely a month after Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred rejected Rose's application for reinstatement. Manfred concluded that baseball's career hits leader continued to gamble even while seeking to end the lifetime ban imposed in 1989 for betting on games. Reds chief executive Bob Castellini says in a statement that inducting the 74-year-old Cincinnati native into the Reds Hall of Fame will be a defining moment in franchise history. The induction is planned for June 24th through the 26th that weekend.
All right, it'll be very interesting to see how that all goes, given that he did not get into the league's Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Well, still coming up on Mid-Morning, it's a love story that's been more than 7 decades in the making. We got their secret to a long, happy marriage after weather.
And we are tracking a winter weather advisory for tomorrow. We could likely see widespread accumulating snow throughout most of central and eastern Kentucky. This is round 1. Another one coming. I'll track both of them coming up. Tracking a lot of cold air out there on this Tuesday morning. We are running in the low teens area-wide now, so it looks like we finally got out of the single digits for actual air temperatures. 12 degrees in Lexington with 10 showing up. Mount Sterling, Moorhead, Jackson. Now some of your car thermometers or your home thermometers likely still in the single digits in some areas because the wind chill certainly is out there right now with feeling like 2 degrees here in Lexington, and you see other spots very similar to that as well. Frankfort, Maysville, up to Covington. We've been tracking a little patch of some light snow that continues to fall and coat some rooftops and some cars and even some area side roads that aren't traveled on very frequently. We're still seeing a little bit of snow showing up across parts of eastern Kentucky, just a little bit. Not compared to what we're going to see that sparked this. Winter weather advisory for the entire region. A few counties not included, but I promise these areas will likely see some snow as well. Not as much, but they will see some snow out of this batch coming for Wednesday. This is the Wednesday snowfall forecast. It hasn't really changed since earlier, essentially the same. 1 to 3 inches across the entire area from Frankfort to Lexington, Richmond, Somerset. It's going to be right there on the line, by the way. But then you've got London to Hazard, all getting in on that general 1 to 3 with lesser amounts possible once you work a little more north and east. And you'll see why here in just a second, why we've put it in that position. Daytime highs today in the low 20s, by the way. We go into your Wednesday. We'll start the morning off. This is morning commute time, and we're tracking snow into the area. Notice where the blues are setting up. The blue shading indicates heavier snow, by the way, in this particular model run, and it's showing you south of Lexington and into southern parts of Kentucky, and it's going to hang out there a little while longer as well, while northern parts of Kentucky are in some of the lighter coloring, lighter shading, and less energy there and less moisture available for it. So the snow continues to drive through as we go through your Wednesday. Temperatures, of course, staying on the cold side there, not quite as cold as we are right now. It's actually a whole lot better by midnight Thursday going into the daytime hours on Thursday. We're tracking a little bit of a warm-up. Temperatures close to 40 degrees, perhaps in some cases. That's going to set us up for something nasty, though. As the rain starts to get into the area, or the moisture, I should say, because we're seeing that mixing line also come into play as well. We could start out with some freezing rain, sleet potential as well before this system tracks out of here and wraps snow in behind it as we get later on into the day on Friday. It's one of those, unfortunately, one of those systems that we have to watch ever so closely, and you can see the setup for it explains why, because it's coming in from the south and it has a little bit of warm air that will try to spread into the area, so that's going to shake up what type of precipitation we get in on here. Break down to the rest of the 7-day forecast. We're on severe weather alert mode here from today all the way into the weekend for the potential of gusty winds, more snow at the end of the week with that second system, guys. A lot happening as we get winter really going around here.
Okay, we're going to keep right up with it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And we have this story right now about a very special couple.
You know, they are really cool. It's a very special day, actually, for this Oklahoma husband and wife.
Lois and Bill Larkin are celebrating their 70th wedding anniversary. They were high school sweethearts before they got married. They ate lunch at Tulsa's Mayo Hotel yesterday because that is where they spent their wedding night 7 decades ago.
We've had a lot of good memories. I've never won an argument in 70 years.
Because he was always wrong.
Good reason, huh? Bill says that he has learned over the years that if you get into an argument and you know you're right, don't say anything. But if you're wrong, you better apologize. So congratulations to them.
They have it figured out.
They do. What a sweet couple.
Oh. Well, one of Hollywood's most successful comedy teams honored in a new motion picture, and a famous folk singer is arrested.
And Suzanne Marquez has your eye on entertainment.
Singer-songwriter Don McLean is free on bail after his arrest for domestic assault. The American Pie singer was arrested at his home in Maine early Monday morning. The 70-year-old McLean is due in court next month. David Bowie's last album is also his first U.S. chart topper. Black Star debuted at #1 on Billboard's list. The album was released January 8th, Bowie's 69th birthday, which was just 2 days before he died of cancer. Laurel and Hardy, one of film's greatest comedy teams, will soon be headed to a theater near you. BBC Films is developing Stan and Ollie, a biographical movie about the slapstick duo who starred in more than 100 films and shorts from the 1920s through the early 1950s. Philomena star Steve Coogan will play Stan Laurel, and John C. Reilly will star as Oliver Hardy. And fans cheered for the stars of Kung Fu Panda 3 at the film's premiere in China. Jack Black returns as Po, and Kate Hudson is the voice of new panda Mei Mei.
Dad, give your old man a hug!
Kung Fu Panda 3 opens in the U.S. January 29th. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
All right, keep it here. There could be some relief for low-income families this tax season.
Find out how United Way of the Bluegrass helping people in our community get their taxes prepared for free. Next on WKYT.
And tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $30 million. Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $50 million. Welcome back. It's mid-morning on WKYT. You may qualify for free tax preparation. United Way of the Bluegrass is hoping to help taxpayers in our community over the tax season.
And to tell us more about this, we're joined today by Emmanuel Smith, the United Way's Director of Financial Stability. Welcome in. So KEEP, K-E-E-P. That's interesting. What does that stand for, and how does the program work?
Okay, it's the Central Kentucky Economic Empowerment Project. United Way and the IRS, we team together to offer free income tax preparation services across Central Kentucky. So we've been doing this since 2004.
And so it involves about 80 counties, and anyone in those areas is qualified, right? If they qualify for the program.
Yes, you're correct, Bill. We currently administer the program not only in Central Kentucky, but across 80 counties across the Commonwealth. We team up with different partner agencies across Kentucky to offer this free service to low-income families, low to mid-income families in Kentucky.
So some of them are actually losing out on money, right, through the earned income tax credit.
That's right. That's right. And part of our efforts with the IRS is to promote the earned income tax credit. It's one of the most underutilized tax credits in the tax code today. So we want to make sure that those families receive that. And to bring home more money that they've earned throughout the year.
Emmanuel, what about those who may not qualify for in-person tax preparation, or is there some consultation still available to some?
Yes, under the VITA program, Voluntary Income Tax Assistance Program, if families making less than $54,000 qualify under the program. Now, we have families that make more than $54,000, and we have a program that we are sponsored with the IRS through myfreetaxes.com, which if you make less than $62,000, you get your state and federal income taxes paid for free as well.
Wow. And you said it looks like you've saved people almost $1 million in terms of tax preparation fees.
That's correct. That's correct.
Wow.
This program has great benefits for the families that we service. Just under KEEP alone, we've reached out to over 3,500 families across Central Kentucky. We brought in a little over $5 million across Kentucky in refunds.
And when does this get going? When can people start doing this?
Well, January 19th is the official start date. We currently have over 60 sites across Kentucky, 18 sites in Central Kentucky. So January 19th is the launch date. Many of our sites don't start opening until February 1st.
Okay.
We'll point out that it is led by United Way of the Bluegrass, and you can go to the website, uwbg.org, and look up KEEP. You can get more information there, right?
Yes, you can. There's actually two other methods. You can go online. You can we've instituted the text. You can text KYT Tax at 898-211. Or you can call our call specialist at 211, dial 211, and you can reach one of our call specialists to schedule a tax appointment as well.
Convenient.
Well, thanks for coming in and telling us about it on the very first day that is kicking off for this year. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much, Bill and Barb.
And keep it here. We're going to check in with the Mr. Food Test Kitchen next and see what's cooking up here in the middle of the week.
Looks good. So this dish is found in restaurants all over the country, but with this recipe you won't have to travel past your own front door.
With snow on the way, it sounds like a real good idea. Today in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, it's homemade hash.
Today we've got a dish that's making a huge comeback since it's easy, budget-friendly, and super tasty. I'm talking about corned beef hash. No, not the stuff that comes in a can, but hash that is so good your gang will be asking for seconds. We start by sauteing some diced onions in a little butter just until they're golden. Once they are, we add in some diced potatoes. Those can be fresh ones that we cut up and parboil, or we can cut up a few leftover baked potatoes, or even use a bag of diced potatoes that we find in our dairy or freezer case. Now we add salt and pepper and gently give it a mix. And now for the star of this dish, we add in a good amount of diced cooked corned beef. And that can be thick cut from the deli or from leftovers. We let this cook till it's heated through and it starts to get crispy on the edges. And don't think this is just for breakfast, because it's just as welcome for dinner, with or without an egg. So why not go online and get the recipe for our homemade hash so you can add this 4-ingredient favorite to your dinner or breakfast routine. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a new old-fashioned way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Gonna need some of that comfort food over the next few days, huh?
Yeah.
You will, because you might not be going anywhere. You know, so get ready for that. We got chances of snow coming into the area for tomorrow. Now, some folks, by the way, are seeing a little bit out there today. Tomorrow, a better accumulating event possible. Then we get into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, another that could start out as a mix, then change over to maybe some heavier snow too, guys.
All right, we're going to stay right on top of it for you. Thank you for joining us for WKYT Mid-Morning. We'll be back at noon.
Yes, we will. Have a great morning.